Imagine your every move being watched. 24-hour surveillance with 113 microphones and 94 HD cameras. In the Big Brother house, you're in there for 3 months in confinement. 16 contestants battle it out for $500,000 in mental and physical competitions. But you also better play a good social game because it's voted upon by the jury, so you don't want any bitter jurors. On 3 nights a week, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, you can catch it at 8 p.m. as well as on Paramount Plus. When Julie says expect the unexpected, you better expect anything, like realizing you have a sibling and meeting them as a castmate. Yeah, that actually did happen. Within 23 seasons, there's been 2 celebrities, 2 all-stars, and 1 exclusively to Paramount Plus. VPG, I'm going to give it 4.9 out of 5 stars. It's been one of my favorites since childhood. Not a lot's changed since the beginning, except season 1 is drastically different from the last couple of seasons. It was voted upon by the viewers, for starters, and there was no HOH. But what hasn't changed is 16 strangers and 24-hour surveillance. What has changed is in season 11, have-nots sleep in uncomfortable rooms, they have cold showers, and they eat slop. Ugh. But before that, the punishment was actually peanut butter and jelly. I would have given this a 5 stars, but not all cast are as entertaining as others. But I highly recommend it. It's great, and you should check it out. Okay, so you've come to the point where you do not want to watch any further until you have actually watched the show. I do not want to give you any spoilers, so stop, wait. If you haven't watched it, but if you have, go right ahead. There's your warning. I love that there's people from all walks of life and they have all different experiences. When the cast talk about taboo topics, it brings awareness that needs to be addressed. Like Devon, she's the perfect example. And last season, every opportunity from her speeches where she was supposed to save herself, to get the house to keep her to say, she brought up Breonna Taylor to radiate to the world during the feeds not to forget what happened. To the beautiful soul, she was having conversations about Black Lives Matter, and even though she wasn't super close to David, she wanted to see someone like her win. So she fought his fight to keep him playing. She's an admirable and strong woman who showed adversity and strength, who showed the strength in the face of adversity when Thanksgiving was cussing, yelling, hands in her face. Instead of entertaining that, she walked away. I legitimately cried watching her break down about the double standards. That was awful, seriously. As well as we're only 9 episodes deep, and Sarah Beth has had some really great conversations about LGBTQ community. She's so kind and nice, and I love seeing her every time she comes on the screen. Let's talk about Janelle. She is the absolute best female to play this game, hands down. I love her, and is the second for most lifetime Power of Veto wins with 7, and is tied for POV wins with 5 in a single season. Janelle holds the record for most lifetime nominations with 12 across 4 seasons. She set the record for most individual comps win in a single season with 9 competition wins, 4 HOH, and 5 Power of Vetoes. The themes! Oh my god, I love the themes. Alice in Wonderland Season 8 is my absolute favorites. The bedrooms, the doorways, they were tiny and small, and the spinning teacup is just absolutely great. And anyone knows that's my favorite movie. Who can forget the Tarantulas, Season 7? That was crazy. And I really, really liked the treehouse. And speaking of the have-not rooms, like when they had to sleep in the airplane chairs or the padded cell, awful. OTEF competition and the slip inside competition where they're sliding across to get the liquid and put in the bucket to get the little ball out. I love watching people just derf it. It's so great. Zingbot, freaking hilarious. Best thing of the whole last year was Valentine's Day, and Tyler's reaction was priceless. Dan and Derek played a game like nobody else. Complete opposites and legends. Dan won unanimously and is the only person to do so, plus came back and got second. Not to mention he's a Michigander. As well as he's never got a vote to evict all season. Derek is the only winner to never be nominated and played the least bloody game in the history of the series. My favorite house guest, who I haven't already mentioned, get ready for this because this will be about to be a mouthful, are Kaiser, Howie, Dr. Bo Kirby, Jesse, Jerry, Jeff, Jordan, Kevin Campbell, Lane, Rachel Riley, Vegas, Brendan, Hayden, Ian, Frank, Howard, Judd, McCree, Candace, Caleb, Donnie, Zach, John McGuire, James Holling, Jason Roy, Jason Dent, Zakia, Mark Jansen, Tommy, Shannon, Elizabeth, Mark McGrath, Brett Casey, Sam Blesdo, Ricky Williams, Ryan Lochte, Joey Lawrence, Candy Burgess, Cliff, Jonathan Bennett, Jessica Milagros, Avi, and Sam Smith, and I'm so sorry if I pronounced anyone's names wrong. When it occurs, racism, slurs, when people don't fight back, and anyone getting sick or injured, that's just not cool. As well as not giving fake hugs. I see you, Danny, David, and Kevin. I hate it when people leave and they give a bunch of hugs. It's like, it's so fake. You didn't vote to keep me, so no, I'm not giving you a hug. Oh, God. Raven. Oh, I don't know if anyone remembers Raven, but she was a trip. All the lies were so extra. That she was scouted by the Olympics, her and her mom were in Mensa, her mom has a running record, 5 minutes and 50 seconds in Arkansas. Not to mention, when she was asked her GPA, she responded, dance, and I did study in business too. But I will say, I do admire how honest and open she was about her medical condition. When they are acknowledged, they are embraced, and I appreciate that, so I will say that. And the last but not least, people who quit the game like Meta World Peace. Don't come if you don't intend on playing, like, just period. Don't come. There's no point. In other countries such as Canada, UK, Australia, Sweden, Brazil, India, Israel, Spain, Philippines, Germany, Bulgaria, Portugal, Africa, Finnish, and it started out as a Dutch show. Shout out to the Pretty Boys and Aria, BB Canada. Also, I love BB Australia. So different yet so entertaining. 3 noms, no veto, no HOH room, but they have sweet perks throughout like KFC. My faves are Tilly, Ari, Daniel, Garth, Kieran, and Angela. I effing love them. They're full of personality. Oh, and by the way, BB Canada has Wendy's. Wendy's. That's right. They're cut off from all news, like including in 2020, there was some seasons of Big Brother that were actually filming before COVID had happened. And what they did was they released the rest of the guests and they donated what would have been winnings to COVID charities, which I thought was very, very cool. Big Brother has more successful couples than The Bachelor. And I wouldn't be mad about a couples season. My feelings about last season. When I initially learned it was All-Stars, I was like super excited. It's been too long since an All-Stars. But after watching, it was so boring. Nobody wanted to make moves, and anyone who would have made big moves got targeted week after week. And by the time Tyler and Easter decided to make a move, Enzo screwed them over, and I screamed watching. Pfft, what a moron to keep a previous winner. And how ironic the guy who was preaching about wanting to make a big move and keep David votes in favor of Nicole. No respect for that. Cody deserved the win, and mad respect for him and his gameplay. He always kills it. I really enjoy watching him play. He's good. I've always liked and rooted for Nicole. She's from Ubly, a small town in Michigan, my home state, but last season changed my mind. I don't care for her after that. Ian deserved better in the vote and as a friend. Mocking a disability is low. Then rehearsing fake crying, screwing over David, and lying to Devon. It was not good gameplay, and it was in bad taste. So, no longer a fan. All in all, I'm happy with the circumstances, and they did a good job casting it and putting it together. Production did great. I just wish Dr. Will Kirby would have been, instead of the neighbor twist, an actual housemate. He is so fun to watch. And Mr. Spectacular would have been super entertaining. I love watching him pop up throughout the seasons. I hope and pray that there are more All-Star seasons. This season, I'm really interested to see how the teams work out. It's a first, and I think it'll be really fun. My favorites so far are the Derricks. I like both the Derricks and Kylan, as well as I really like Azza and Xavier. Did you know that Kylan is the first black person to win HOH since Bailey in BB20, and is the first black man to win since Devin BB16? Huge congrats to him and Xavier on their HOH wins. Pew, pew, pew. I really wanted to like Frenchie, but oh my god, he played a season's worth of game in like 2 days. Oh, he really played way too hard, and that ultimately was his downfall. He needs to pull that notebook out and see how he would redo his own season. Sarah Beth destroyed the wild card comp, and so admirable how open she's been about her experiences. Hearing that her dad passing to COVID was absolutely heartbreaking. She's so strong and kind, and just to be able to talk about her experiences, like I love Sarah Beth. Okay, anyway, sorry. The Have Not room looks miserable. Jet ski? Yikes! Oh, worst one yet. Go Team Aces and Jokers. Shout out to Tiffany. Love a fellow Michigander. I'm living for the cookout. That prize money, though. $750,000. Oh, someone's going home with that. Side note, why is Xavier ironing paper towels? Can, someone please explain that to me? Oh, can someone please explain also to me why Brett believes he is, so safe? He thinks he has the numbers, and, this is definitely going to be the biggest blindside ever on Big Brother. I'm, blown away that he genuinely thinks he's going to stay. I need some opinions here. What do you guys think? Is he going to stay? Does he have the votes? Is he going to stay? I don't think so. I don't know. He swears that it's going to be this huge upset, and I'm just what? I think he's going to have a really hard time, and I kind of almost feel bad for him. But we'll see. Also, I would like you to tell me in the comments below what your opinions are about the teams, the new wildcard comp, and just in general what you think about this season. I want to hear all your opinions, so comments below.